In the vast expanse of history, there are few individuals as intriguing and enigmatic as Queen Elizabeth I, the Virgin Queen. Born on September 7, 1533, she ascended to the English throne in 1558 and reigned for an incredible 44 years. Despite being surrounded by powerful men who doubted her ability to rule, Queen Elizabeth managed to consolidate her power and establish England as a leading European nation. However, intriguingly, there have been persistent rumors throughout the years suggesting that she was, in fact, a man. According to legend, when Elizabeth was around 10 years old, she was sent away from London to avoid an outbreak of plague. Henry VIII was famously very paranoid about his health, having almost daily examinations by his physicians, and his concern extended to his children. Elizabeth was sent to the small farming town of Bisley with her governess Lady Cat Ashley and her guardian Thomas Parry. Here, Elizabeth avoided the plague, but instead caught a serious illness and died. To begin with, one of the primary arguments supporting the claim that Queen Elizabeth was a man relates to her lack of desire to marry and produce an heir. During her reign, Elizabeth repeatedly declined numerous potential suitors, which led some to question her true gender. It was indeed a rarity in that era for a queen to remain unmarried, as marriage was seen as a means to solidify alliances and secure the succession. However, the fact that Queen Elizabeth refused to conform to societal norms does not necessarily imply that she was a man. In fact, her decision to remain single can be explained by her astute understanding of politics and her unwavering dedication to her country. By refusing to marry, Queen Elizabeth retained her independence and avoided entanglements that might compromise her rule. Moreover, proponents of the theory that Queen Elizabeth I was a man often point to her masculine appearance and behavior as evidence. She was known to wear heavy makeup, ruffs, and big clothing, all of which could be used to hide masculine features and keep people at a distance. Contemporary artwork depicts Elizabeth with a strong jawline, thin lips, and a prominent nose, features typically associated with masculinity. Additionally, the Queen was known for her boisterous and confident personality, which was often associated with men rather than women during that time. However, it is crucial to consider the context in which these observations were made. Queen Elizabeth faced immense challenges during her reign, including threats to her rule and her very life. In order to assert her authority, she needed to present herself as capable and powerful. Therefore, her demeanor and appearance could be viewed as strategic rather than indicative of her gender. Furthermore, the idea that Queen Elizabeth I was a man fails to acknowledge the many accomplishments and successes she achieved during her reign. Queen Elizabeth's rule is often referred to as the Golden Age due to the prosperity and cultural advancements she oversaw. She skillfully navigated the tumultuous religious conflicts of the time and established a more moderate religious settlement that brought stability to the nation. Elizabeth's reign also saw numerous achievements in the arts, literature, and exploration. It is highly unlikely that a man posing as a woman could have successfully steered England through such a prosperous era. In conclusion, while the notion that Queen Elizabeth I was a man has persisted throughout history, the evidence in support of this claim remains largely speculative. Of course, the theory does not stand up to even the smallest bit of scrutiny, but it certainly makes for a dramatic story. The idea that the king wouldn't notice his child was suddenly very different, even if he was at times a distant father. That a boy from a rural town could swiftly be given the education that Elizabeth had to bring him up to scratch, considering her skills in music, needlework, dancing, and her ability to speak and write multiple languages. And that a princess and monarch who was surrounded at all times by servants and courtiers was never noticed to be anything other than a girl and a woman are preposterous. The Queen's decision to remain unmarried and her assertive demeanor can be attributed to her political acumen and dedication to her country rather than questions about her gender. Additionally, the Queen's numerous accomplishments and the successes of her reign suggest that she was indeed a woman of tremendous ability and leadership. Queen Elizabeth I will forever be remembered as one of England's greatest monarchs, irrespective of the unsubstantiated claims about her true gender.